barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to join the Patreon. $5, you get your money back. 2 tickets, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, and we have the 30-day challenge. Feel free to join. We're going to stop December 1st, and we're going to have a big party December 1st. So feel free, come out, support either of those things, and we're just having a good time. So anyways, man, I appreciate you guys. So, as you can see, through looking at your YouTube, your Instagram, your Facebook, your Twitter timeline, Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford going face to face is a big deal. But before I get into that subject, because I know this video would do bigger than if I just did a fight review. Ennis is a problem. Ennis had a second round knockout, TKO or knockout, either the two. I don't remember. I think it was a TKO. Knocked him down 3 times in the third round. He's going to be a problem at 147. And he came in. What I enjoyed about him is he fights at 147, but he came in at 145, which means he has great discipline outside the ring because he's probably walking around at like 155, 158, and I like when young athletes come in like that when they, in terms of their weight limit, because it tells he eats, breathes, and sleeps boxing for the most part. Everyone has a life. You get what I'm saying? So, but for the most part. And I just want to give a big congratulations to Ennis. I enjoy that kid. I've seen his last 3. This will be the 4th fight in a row I've seen. I enjoy him. He's very active. Showbox loves him. And who I would like to see him fight, Amir Ahman. I would like bring Amir Ahman up, pay him some money. I would like to see him fight and Amir Ahman. Maybe I think Adrian Granado's not just yet, but like someone like Amir Ahman, I think would be a good fight for him. Let me know how you guys feel about that. Someone on that wavelength, I'm uncertain who he signed with. He's on Showbox, so obviously um, Heyman and everybody else knows who he is. But he's really good. But as I get back into the Errol Spence, I'm just gonna give my initial reaction. There's 10 videos I can make off of that. Uh, there's an 11-minute video on Ellie's page, so feel free to go look at that. But um, I'm glad they got a chance, and there's great interest in this fight. Do you want this fight to happen? Do I want this fight to happen? We don't need to answer rhetorical questions, but it's it's refreshing to see 2 dogs act like dogs when they see each other. You know, I thoroughly enjoyed that. Um, I'm gonna just give an overview of everything. We got validation that Bob Arum just say things to get knee-jerk reactions. You know, validates my claim that Bob Arum rarely tells the truth. You know, um, Earl Spence thinks that he thinks Sean Porter is an easy fight for him, and he thinks Mikey Garcia is an even easier fight, because he said Terrence Crawford is too little, which if you imply, you put 2 and 2 together, you use your inference skills, inference skills, you would say that he thinks Mikey Garcia is an easier fight. What else? Uh, he hollered at Bomac about calling him paycheck to paycheck. Bomac didn't really respond to that. I think Bomac knew he probably shouldn't have said anything like that. But I'm glad Errol Spence called him out on that. What else? Terrence Crawford's eyes tells a hell of a story. Terrence Crawford is a flat-out dog in terms of competing, in terms of wanting to fight. He's a clear-cut dog, like for real. Fearless dude. And you know what? So was Errol Spence. Terrence Crawford is a little bit more visceral. You understand what I'm saying? And since we got the backstory on Terrence Crawford on his last fight, if you haven't, go to ESPN and watch the short documentary that they did on he and his mother. I thought it was exceptional. But I wish we could get this fight, man. I wish we could get this fight. But I think that the common sense move, and if you felt the energy by the call and response of the question, Terrence Crawford said, "You said if I get a belt, you'll fight me." And Errol Spence' response was, "You have one belt. Sean Porter has one belt." And you like, wow. And Terrence Crawford says, "You're a smart man. You're a smart man," or something like that. Good businessman, smart man, or something like that. And that pretty much tells him. And he actually told him that you got to wait in line. I'm going Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao, and then you. And Terrence Crawford completely understands it. I mean, but and and if Errol Spence goes in that order, how can you dispute him fighting Terrence Crawford? You understand what I'm saying? Like, how can you like? I know we're selfish and everything, but if he goes from Sean Porter, Keith Thurman to Manny Pacquiao to Terrence Crawford, whew, that's a gamut. You know what I mean? That's a hell of a schedule. Obviously, we would like Terrence Crawford to get at the front of the line, but in order for him to get maximum dollar, every fight he wins is probably his purse that he wins $2 million, and probably 5 to maybe 5% of the actual purse from Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, and that 5% is a big deal, because if it's $100 million fight, which I think it has the potential to be, especially if it's in a big arena and it's made out to be an event, and they had the event like either August, the last weekend in August. You understand? If it's going to be in a stadium, that means it'll be in a football stadium. You can associate that with football, and it'll do well then. Or you can bring it in spring, after after like the first or second week after taxes return. Was it March 1st or something like that? April? When's the last day to pay? I don't know. I don't know when the last day to pay taxes, but I pay quarterly taxes, so it's a little bit different for me. Um, but I do got to file my taxes, but I have an accountant, so it gets taken care of. Yeah, I would say sometime the weekend right after taxes. I think that would be right about that. Um, yeah, man, this got me excited. I knew Errol Spence was going because one of the subscribers sent me his story, and and so I knew he was going. So I knew they would end up seeing each other. But I'm excited and elated, man. I think that this will be a great fight. The build up to this fight would be exceptional, and it would be split right down the middle. And if you pick Terrence Crawford, you're absolutely right. If you pick Errol Spence, you're absolutely right. And Terrence Crawford basically called him fat. If he didn't call him fat, he alluded to that he was fat. Um, I'm just excited for this fight. I hope it happens within the next 18 months. I told you guys the earliest it can happen is 2020, and once again, I'm right. You know what I mean? Everyone wanted it to be 2019. It's just impossible for it to happen. But I would say that I knew the Fox deal was coming. Um, I didn't know how much it was going to be for it, but I knew the Fox deal was coming. So um, so yeah, man. I'm overall, I'm glad they had a chance to see each other. I'm glad they had a chance to say what they wanted to say to each other. And this was like a common ground. But the next time they see each other, it won't be as nice, because Terrence Crawford will be running out of oxygen over on the top rank side. Um, and he knows that he has to get that fight with with Errol Spence. Errol Spence is going to get tired of people mentioning his name. I already talked to you. What more is there to go? But anyways, man, barbershop conversations. Feel free hit the subscribe button. Feel free join the Patreon. You'll get the money back. Trust me, and a tax write-off guaranteed. Um, what else? 30-day fitness. We in day 16. Tomorrow will be day 17, and 2 tickets: Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. I'm gonna give away 2 tickets to that. It's a little bit late, guys. It's 11:45, so I'm gonna hit the sack in a minute. But anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button and talk to you guys soon. Peace.